Yo, how are we doing, everybody? So today I'm doing a guide on chapter 16, Sleep, My Friend. Now, we are in the Norzelian Mines again, and we have a very interesting objective this time. So essentially, we have to make sure that none of these explosives go off. And right at the start, there is an explosive over here on the left side of the map. Personally, Anna is going to be the MVP of this map. She is going to be able to disengage every single explosion as long as we're careful with our positioning and TP usage. Because essentially, the way this works is with the bombs, they take, like, obviously it depends on the speed of your characters, but yeah, it's going to take probably about like 5 turns, and then it's going to go from like white to yellow to orange, and then it'll like really start like going really fast, the circles that are going to be popping up around the bombs, the indicator telling you when it is about to explode. If that bomb goes off, it's an immediate game over. It doesn't matter if all your people are alive, you're basically defeated next to all of the Aesfrosti Soldiers. If one bomb goes off, that is game over. So that is 100% the goal for Anna. Anna is just, she doesn't care about the other soldiers. She's way too busy. She's just making sure that we don't just flat out lose the game. For me, my main strategy going here is to move everyone from the starting position over to the left here. I try to make use of that minecart twice, as there's minecarts all over the place. If you drive the minecart through someone that's on the path, they'll take damage from it, actually quite a bit of it. They'll lose probably about like a third of their HP. It does depend, like if you put your own party members on those paths, you can also be hit, and the enemy units will also take advantage of the minecart, so do just try to keep that in mind. Though if you take this path that I'm taking here, it shouldn't be too big of a problem, as I'm going to be forcing my way basically to like the center of the map. Like Eridor and Anna were using the minecart on the left side to climb up to the top, but everybody else, I'm just going to have them go into like the pit there that's been excavated, and they'll just pop up into the center of the map. Because I find going this way, I'm taking less damage than if I try to split up the team, or if I try to go to the right side. This has just been the most efficient way to tackle this map, at least in my own experience. So right here, I'm moving Anna next to the bomb. She only has 1 TP, and to be able to use take cover, she needs at least 2. So I'm not going to turn off that bomb. I'm not going to get rid of that quite yet. I'm going to wait until her next turn, where she'll be able to get rid of the bomb and then immediately take cover again. This is such a useful tactic. By doing this, the person that is getting rid of these bombs, they just never have to be attacked. And because you don't have to worry about being attacked, you can have just Anna doing it, and you can move everybody else how you would normally like to move them without having to force anything. Now right here I do take a bit of damage on Huette. Nothing that she couldn't survive. It's more of the status ailment that is the problem, the fact that she is immobilized, that she can't move. So I will be using I think it's called the Quietus or Quistis, I always forget. But yeah, I'll be using one of those, the restore ability, to get her some HP back, and more importantly, allow her to move. Huette is very good on this map. As first off, you know, she just has the standard blind she can use to prevent people from likely dealing damage. And then she can also inflict immobility as well. If she inflicts immobility onto someone, like especially like say some of the mages early on, that makes it so much easier for you to move your units around, use the heals that you need, without being overburdened by all of the damage. So yeah, right there, I'm going to use the Quietus ability, get rid of that immobility, and heal up a little bit. Because yeah, currently, I do have 3 healers. I like using the 3 healers. I was using them in the last chapter as well. As I take a lot of damage, and it is nice being able to heal through everything without being too worried about if I have if I'll be able to take all that damage or whatever. I don't want to lose any of my units. I don't want to have to be overly cautious and play too defensive. By having more healing, I can play a little riskier. So here we go. I'm going to defuse that explosion. And then they actually dropped a second explosion within Anna's range. So normally I would have used the take cover ability, but I figured it'd just be easier to go ahead and just get rid of both of the bombs back to back. As while Anna herself is not this, she's not a tanky character. She's not exactly going to want to take like a bunch of hits from a bunch of different enemies. She has a lot of evasion, and she has a decent amount of HP, so I figure she will be fine even if she is in a little bit of a precarious spot. And then yeah, even right there, I was able to get Roland pretty close to Anna, so he'll be able to back her up. And I also have my healers immediately here. I feel like this positioning was very key. And then I also have the fast acting medicine, so I can also use Serenoa to also back up Anna here. Though I guess, yeah, no, I went more for the damage here. But yeah, just to show like this is really not a bad spot for Anna whatsoever. It looks a little dangerous, but really not that big of a deal. And then yeah, immobility preventing that mage from doing what they want to do. Alright, so essentially I'm just going to be taking over this spot right here. Working my characters forward onto like the center part of the map. There's really not that many enemies starting off on this map compared to some of the other chapters that we've played. There will be reinforcements a bit later. The reinforcements spawn on like the back end. Well, the first set of reinforcements are on like the back end of the map, like, so you don't have to worry about it too much. But the second set, I think they have some enemies spawn just to my left, like here on the upper section. Like they'll be spawning to the left of like where Anna and Erador are. So you do want to be a little bit careful there. But again, with how far forward you need to go to defuse these bombs, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. They shouldn't be like spawning on top of you or anything like that, unless you just happen to have some weird positioning yourself. Which, to be fair, like some of these maps and battles can just play out in very strange ways. So it's more than understandable. So right here, I can't actually get Anna to reach this bomb. It's just a little bit too far out of her range. But I did move Hewitt within the range on the previous turn, so I'll just use her to go ahead and defuse this explosive. I do want to use Anna for all the explosives. It's just like at the beginning it gets to be a bit much, but from here on for the rest of this, I can use specifically just Anna. Now right here, we just have these 3 enemies on the left side. Not a big deal at all. We like super outnumber them, and with the positioning here, it's really easy for me to heal everyone and just reduce the incoming damage. Like I don't have to take too many flanking attacks or anything like that. I just kind of outnumber them. And then yeah, we have like a mage over on the right side that just cured from their immobility, and then like a couple of enemies on the northeastern side of the map. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and skip a bit here because yeah, it just takes me a few turns, but defeating them is pretty easy. So after I defeat them, there's more enemies now on the northeastern side of the map. They're dropping more bombs and they're much further away. So what I'm gonna be doing here is I'm gonna have some units take this like the highest point over here on the left side of the map. They're gonna be heading up there, because that's one avenue that the enemy can approach from, and I want to just completely shut that down. And then also I'm going to be taking over the center. Like there's this gate that basically splits the like southern west side of the map from the northern east side of the map, and we're going to be making our way over there. So let me skip forward here, because yeah, you can see Serenoa. I already have him in that spot. I'm getting Roland and Serenoa, Roland and Erador to the other side. Because yeah, right now where that explosion is, Like, that's kind of where I want to be, but I don't want to immediately just throw Roland over there. I don't want him to take too much damage too fast. And I do have Anna over there who has been just getting rid of bombs. She hasn't been attacking anybody. She's constantly being concealed in the shadow just by using the take cover ability. It's important to take note that you can see the status ailment and how long it's, or how many more turns your buff will last. So don't let her just get exposed on the enemy side all by herself. That would be quite terrible. So skipping forward a bit, I basically have full control of this gate here. The mage and healer that were on the right side of the map, they've been making their way over here, but it's just the two of them. It can be a little bit of trouble if you're getting hit by some of the archers that are on the northeastern side of the map. An archer plus one of the mages can be quite a bit of damage, but as long as you're playing careful, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And yeah, even right here, like, things are a little scary having all these enemy units here. I'm trying to make my way there, but again, yeah, I'm just gonna defuse the bomb, use take cover again, because like with this type of positioning, if they walk through, like if they choose a path that Anna is on, because like the enemy can't see her, so sometimes they'll try to walk past her, and when they do that, it will expose where Anna is, but the enemy that was moving does lose their turn. Like, they are unable to perform an action when they bump into Anna. In that positioning, only one enemy can bump into her, and they can't actually attack her. There's just nowhere for them to get next to her unless they happen to have like the higher jump stat, but none of the enemies on this map do, so not a problem. That's a very good spot to defuse the bomb at. Once again, I'm just gonna skip forward here. Yeah, just taking over the main gate. And then yeah, I did have some enemies spawn just over to the left. They decided to, you know, just flank me over there on that side. They're popping a bomb down over there, but that's gonna be an easy defuse, not a problem at all. And then yeah, I also brought both Eridor and Roland all the way down on that northern part there. They're just taking care of everything there. But yeah, this is all straightforward. Very few enemies are left. Once I've gone this far into the map, once I have complete control of the main gate, like I'm really good. You can see I put down a ice wall there. A couple of turns ago, I was having some trouble with the pikemen. The pikemen were basically kind of being a threat there if they would have moved forward. I don't really have like a front line. The only like melee unit I have on this side of the map is Serenoa, so I didn't want to have to deal with that. So just put up the ice wall and it's not a problem. My mages can kill the pikemen from the other side, so that's just something you can use if you think that might be useful for you. And I don't think I ever mentioned it, so just to say, literally my loadout, the characters I decided to use are Serenoa, Roland, Eridor, Anna, and then I have my 3 healers, the story healer Gila, Medica, Cordelia, Roland's sister. Then I have my 2 mages, Frederica and Torrington. And then Huetz, the archer. So those are the 10 characters I'm using. You don't have to use the exact same characters that I am, but I think they're very, very strong. Obviously, Eridor is an amazing tank. On it is imperative to be able to defuse all the bombs while still being able to take good positioning with the rest of your team, not having to rush your way through the map. But, oh yeah, and the mages, of course, are really good for destroying the pikemen. Hewitt is huge, again, for the blinds and the immobility. Roland is really nice for the high movement he has, which can definitely allow him to reinforce people at the last second if they do need help. And then, yeah, there's Anna just using that amazing take cover again. But yeah, that's basically this map. Not really too much to discuss here, so I'm going to go ahead and just fast forward this, yep, to the end. This is, I really enjoyed this chapter. I thought it was pretty cool, dealing with the bombs instead of just straightforward defeating enemies. It was pretty cool. It did take a little bit for me to, like, discover the right path. But yeah, that's gonna be me. See you in the next one. Peace.